Imagine a youngster who wasn't on anyone's radar, a distant promise, far from the spotlight, without great expectations or projections. Now imagine that same player becoming one of the NBA's most electrifying superstars, with an explosion of talent and determination. This is the story of Ja Morant, an athlete who transcended the label of average player and defied all odds to become one of the league's most impactful players. But his career is not without its controversies, which often overshadow his skills on the court. Get ready for an epic journey of overcoming, determination, and talent, which will show you how Ja came out of the shadows to shine at the top.
Ja to the basket this time and flushes it in. Behind the back. Ah! By Morant. Here comes showtime. Drew Eubanks Hobbs is not that quick though. Morant.
Demetrius Jamal Morant, better known as Ja Morant, would not only fulfill his own dreams, but also those of his father, who always challenged him to go further. T. Morant, his father, had basketball dreams much bigger than the small town of Dalzell, South Carolina, with just over 2,000 inhabitants, where Ja was born. T., who had played high school basketball alongside Ray Allen and won a state championship, went on to Claflin University in Division II, with plans for a professional career abroad. However, those plans changed dramatically when he learned that his wife, Jamie, was pregnant with Ja. T gave up his career to focus entirely on his son's future. He built a concrete court in his backyard, where he began to shape Ja. There, T demanded the maximum from Ja, and it was in this environment that the youngster fell in love with the routine. Ja spent hours perfecting movements, such as the famous step back, and doing exercises with tractor tires. This sacrifice shaped the relationship between father and son. Ja Morant had to work even harder to achieve success, because his physique didn't resemble that of a future NBA player. As a freshman in high school, Ja was only 1.75 m tall, which didn't make him stand out. He wasn't even part of the basketball team until his sophomore year. In addition, Ja didn't play on a major AAU circuit. He was part of the South Carolina Hornets, a smaller team from Columbia, South Carolina, that didn't have the sponsorship of the big shoe brands that supported the top AAU teams. However, Ja had the opportunity to play alongside Zion Williamson for a season, which generated some iconic and even surreal images of the pair, where, for sure, many of Ja's lobs were thrown to Zion. Ja was a real diamond in the rough. They say that curiosity killed the cat, but in Ja's case, it was curiosity that led him to be discovered, even coming off a season in which he was recognized as one of the best in the state in high school. Ja Morant wasn't being highly sought after by colleges the summer before his senior year of high school. He was a last-minute addition to a camp organized by Chandler Parsons' AAU program. As luck would have it, Murray State assistant basketball coach James Kane was there scouting another player. During a break, while Kane was looking for a concession stand and eating his Doritos with a soda, he heard balls bouncing in an auxiliary gym. Curiosity led him to investigate, and as he spied the 3-on-3 game taking place, he was immediately impressed by Ja's talent. It only took a few minutes for Kane to realize that Ja was special. Convinced, he called Murray State's head coach, Matt McMahon, to watch Ja in action. McMahon, after seeing what Kane had already noticed, agreed without hesitation, and so began Ja Morant's recruitment to Murray State. That was the turning point that led to his opportunity to shine in college basketball. At the time, Ja Morant was so underrated on the basketball scene that when his mother heard about the scholarship, she asked James Kane if it was really a full 4-year scholarship. Kane laughed, saying, "Yes, it's a 4-year scholarship, but he'll only be there for 2. That's because he already knew Ja's potential. At the time, big high school athlete recruiting sites like 24/7 Sports and Rivals didn't even rate Ja Morant, and he was listed with 0 offers beyond Murray State. But Kane was convinced that his desire for a snack had led to the discovery of a diamond in the rough. When Ja decided to commit to Murray State, that's where his journey to stardom really began. When Ja Morant arrived at Murray State, he soon realized that, despite having secured a scholarship at a Division I university, he was still far from being considered a star. Just accepting the D1 offer didn't mean he had made it. Ja didn't have the status of a big star on campus like many elite recruits. After an impressive freshman season for the Racers, Ja began to show his true worth in Division I. He averaged a consistent 12.7 points, 6.5 assists, and 6.3 rebounds per game. These numbers signaled the emergence of a player who, little by little, was turning anonymity into recognition. That year, Ja Morant rose to prominence by earning Ohio Valley Conference first-team honors after a season in which he did everything for Murray State. Not only did he lead the team to the NCAA tournament, but he also began appearing on NBA draft prospect lists. The consolidation of his place among the best talents came when he was one of only 20 players invited to Chris Paul's elite game shortly after his freshman season. With this newfound attention, Ja wasted no time in seizing the opportunity. He started his second college season with flying colors, impressing scouts and basketball fans alike. Ja averaged an impressive 24.5 points, 10 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.8 steals per game. His combination combination of vision, explosiveness and leadership soon captured the college basketball spotlight, cementing him as a rising star. Ja Morant not only shone at the university, but also made history by being named OVC Player of the Year. He became the first NCAA player to average more than 20 points and 10 assists per game, leading the country in assists during the season. His popularity exploded after his March Madness performance, especially in the first-round win, where he recorded a triple-double, a rare feat, making him only the 8th player in the tournament's history to reach that mark, with 17 points, 16 assists, and 11 rebounds. Although Murray State fell in the next round, Ja made his mark with 28 points, attracting the attention of the basketball world. By declaring for the 2019 NBA Draft, Ja Morant became a hot name in the basketball community, but doubt still hung over him. Many questioned whether his success was a result of playing in a smaller conference, and whether he would be able to translate his explosive style of play to the professional level. His skinny frame also raised doubts about his ability to score and compete with NBA players. However, Ja was determined to prove that it was all just noise. Selected as the second overall pick by the Memphis Grizzlies, he immediately embraced the challenge. His rookie season was the perfect opportunity to show that he belonged in the NBA, and he didn't disappoint. Ja won the NBA Rookie of the Year award, with averages of 17.8 points, 7.3 assists and electrifying moments, proving that his talent was not fleeting and that he was just beginning his journey to stardom. Even with low initial expectations, the Grizzlies exceeded them and fought for a place in the playoffs. Under Ja, the team showed resilience and an energetic style of play, marked by the explosive plays of the young point guard, who became the heart of the team. Ja not only shone individually, but also raised the level of his teammates. His vision and ability to infiltrate and create opportunities for himself and others became the Grizzlies' trademark. During the regular season, he continued to accumulate memorable moments, such as powerful dunks, precise assists, and decisive plays at critical moments. However, the real test for Morant and the Grizzlies came in the NBA bubble, when the season was temporarily suspended and resumed in Orlando due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Memphis was fighting for the last playoff spot, and Ja had the difficult task of leading the team in a tight race. Despite their impressive performance, the team ended up falling in the play-in tournament, being defeated by the Portland Trail Blazers, which cost them the chance to advance to the playoffs. In the 2020-2021 season, Ja Morant continued to stand out as a young talent in the NBA.
I'm talking about, partner.
Morant,
wow.
threw it in! Hits a pickup. Morant, off the backboard, and he slams! Dylan takes it away. Lob, Morant!
Some of the best attack mentality that I've seen is the attack.
He averaged 19.1 points, 7.4 assists, and 3.0 rebounds per game, showing good development in his game. Despite some injuries that kept him out of games, Morant helped the Memphis Grizzlies secure a spot in the play-in tournament. The team faced the Golden State Warriors in the decisive game, where Morant put in an impressive performance, scoring 35 points and securing the win, taking the Grizzlies to the playoffs.
Morant gets inside, a little push shot is good. 33 for Ja Morant and 4 to shoot. Morant makes his move, spins in the paint, turns, puts it up, puts it in! Ja Morant knocks it down! It's a 5-point game with 4.5 remaining!
In the opening game of the series against the Utah Jazz in the 2021 playoffs, Ja Morant had a simply spectacular performance, which became a milestone in his career. He started the game with contagious energy, showing his ability to infiltrate the opposing defense and his ability to finish effectively. Morant scored 47 points, one of the highest point totals for a player in playoff history, becoming the first player to score 47 points in his playoff debut since Allen Iverson in 1999. His ability to create his own shot and find spaces in the Jazz defense impressed everyone, while he also contributed 7 assists and 3 rebounds. But after Game 1, the Jazz confirmed their dominance and beat the Grizzlies 4-1. After an impressive season, Ja Morant began to attract attention not only for his skills on the court, but also for a series of controversies that arose in his life off it. With his growing notoriety and star status in the NBA, he began to get involved in questionable situations that caught the attention of the media and fans, raising concerns about his behavior off the court. One of the most notable controversies involved an incident with a teenager in July 2021. According to reports, during a basketball match on a private court, Morant and the teenager got into a heated argument. The situation escalated quickly, leading the young man to claim that Morant assaulted him, allegedly with a punch. The case was widely publicized, raising questions about Morant's conduct and whether he was getting carried away by fame and the pressure that came with it. Morant denied the allegations, but the incident raised concerns about his image and the way he was dealing with the pressure of being a public figure in the NBA. The situation stood out especially because many were used to seeing him as an exemplary athlete on the court, and this shift in focus to controversy began to overshadow his performance as a player. Another significant controversy in Ja Morant's career occurred in February 2023, involving an alleged threat made to members of the Indiana Pacers team. After a game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Pacers, the Indiana team bus was directed by a laser, which reportedly came from a car associated with Morant. The incident happened after a Grizzlies win, and some Pacers players claimed that the laser appeared to be connected to a gun. Although there was no confirmation that Morant was directly involved in the incident, the situation generated a lot of attention and criticism. The allegations raised questions about Morant's safety and conduct, especially in light of the previous controversies that already surrounded him. The NBA opened an investigation into the incident, which turned the spotlight on Morant and his behavior off the court. The controversies surrounding Ja Morant intensified in 2023, especially in relation to several appearances on social media where he was seen displaying firearms during live broadcasts. These episodes became a source of great controversy, raising concerns about his safety, behavior, and image as a professional athlete. The first notable incident occurred in March 2023, when Morant did an Instagram Live where he showed a gun while in a club. The video quickly spread across social media, generating a wave of criticism. Many were concerned about the impact such behavior could have on his career and the Grizzlies franchise. Still in 2023, Morant became embroiled in a new controversy when he was caught on another live stream, once again displaying a gun. This happened shortly after he returned from his previous suspension, prompting the league to take additional measures and raise concerns about his conduct. Ja Morant's 2023 season took an unexpected turn when he was suspended for 25 games due to a series of controversial incidents involving firearms. The NBA's decision came after investigations related to videos showing Morant displaying a gun on a live broadcast, as well as other situations that raised concerns about his behavior off the court. During his 25-game absence, Morant went through a process of reflection and rehabilitation, seeking to reconnect with his focus on basketball and his personal life. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies had to adapt without their star player, but the team still remained competitive in their quest for a playoff spot. When he finally served his suspension and returned to the team, Morant was welcomed with open arms by the fans and his teammates. His return came in a thrilling match against the New Orleans Pelicans. Right from the start of the game, he showed that he was fit and ready to make his mark. He put in a brilliant performance, making explosive plays and leading the Grizzlies' attack. The match was intense and competitive, with both teams fighting for the win. In the final moments with the game tied, Ja Morant had the confidence of his teammates to attack the basket and made an absurd game winner on his return. To prove that healthy and without controversy, Ja Morant is still one of the best in the league.
Judas. Morant lays it in. Morant with Jones on him. Morant. Contact. It goes.
You can't overplay on that post because he's setting you up for that.
Ja Morant. Space 6. Morant holding, rises up and shoot now. Here goes Morant. In the paint, Morant rises up and Morant drives. Morant in his return. Here goes Morant. He spins. Morant scores, and the timer expires.
If Ja Morant can steer clear of controversy and channel all his energy and talent into basketball, he certainly has the potential to become the future of the league. With his explosive skill, vision, and an unwavering desire to improve, Morant can not only take the Grizzlies to new heights, but also establish himself as one of the NBA's biggest stars. The future is bright, and anticipation is high to see how he will shape his career and overcome the challenges that come his way.